Are you ready? Okay, Greg, you ready?
Recording in progress.
Everybody good? Good? All right. Well, welcome to the public portion of the Chatham Township Committee meeting on October 24th, 2023. Can we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, so I am going to go right into approval of the consent agenda. Anybody want to remove anything?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Alright. Nobody else wants to remove anything? Holy moly.
Good day.
Is this an all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, going straight into our special recognition this evening. So tonight we are honoring Sergeant Muta Blanford. Sergeant Blanford began his career in law enforcement in 1997 at the Newark University School of Medicine. He transferred to the Chatham Township Police Department in 2004. His career included several years in the Detective Bureau, as well as assignments at the Morris County Prosecutor's Office, where he was a member of the Narcotics Task Force and the Auto Theft Task Force, before being promoted to Patrol Sergeant in 2022. Sergeant Blanford received numerous accolades as a member of the Chatham Township Police Department. These included an Exceptional Duty Award for his work in solving numerous residential burglary and auto theft cases in Chatham Township. He has also received multiple life-saving awards, as well as a Meritorious Service Award. Sergeant Blanford was a longtime DARE and lead instructor in the Chatham school system. He served his fellow officers as the local PBA delegate and was a dedicated coordinator for the Law Enforcement Special Olympics Torch Run. He is retiring after 26 years of honorable service, 19 of which he served as a Chatham Township police officer. The Township Committee wishes Sergeant Blanford the best of luck in his retirement. So, first, thanks. You'll have a certificate for you. And I think everybody else has stuff too. You're getting a lot more.
I also want to thank you for your dedicated service. Thank you very much. And Sergeant, Fire Chief, Second, thank you very much.
feel like I need to go out for drinks after now. Oh, that was,
All right, so then I'm going to move on to reports. Committeeman Choi, do you have a report?
I do. Chatham Recreation, it's a big day for the program. I'm sure multiple reports will cover it, but I will share one that's hot off the press from the Joint Rec Advisory Committee. We are reintroducing the Chatham Ski and Snowboard program, which was on stay due to COVID. So I'm excited about that. As I understand, it was a fairly robust program. 150 children would participate on it on a regular basis. At this point, there are still some elements of the program that will be finalized, but like before, it will be offered to 7th and 8th graders in Chatham. It will run on January 15th for a 5-week period every Sunday, with the exception of some holidays, I think. It will be taking place at Shawnee Resort, and newcomers are welcome, so ski lessons will be an option for those who are willing and interested in learning how to ski or snowboard. We are looking for chaperones, so we'll need, I think, somewhere about 7 or 8 per event. So anyone who's interested, please do take a look at the Chatham Recreation website or reach out to Larry McCann, who was instrumental in, along with Carol Nauta, in getting the program back up and running. So I'm pleased with that. Girl Scouts, you know, a program here among our youth is a near and dear program to my heart. So I wanted to share a couple of noteworthy things going on there. Diaper Awareness Month. It is the second year that the Chatham Girl Scouts are partnering with an organization called Moms Helping Moms. And they're designated October as a Diaper Needs Awareness Month. They are accepting donations for diapers and supplies. A couple interesting facts as I looked into this. You know, government safety net programs do not recognize diapers as a basic need. Diapers cannot be obtained with food stamps, and they are classified along with cigarettes, alcohol, and pet food as disallowed purchases. So I think this program, you know, it's an excellent stopgap program filling what I think is a void in some of the menu of programs out there helping underserved families. Moms Helping Moms, it's a baby supply and diaper bank, essentially. They're running a program called Healthy Start for Babies, which collects and distributes diapers and other essential baby care items to underserved families throughout the state. They work in conjunction with about 90 participating organizations, and the Chatham Girl Scouts are a meaningful part of that effort, where they're collecting supplies. The program offers assistance to the effect of over 100,000 individuals per year. 500,000 diapers is distributed per year. They accept and distribute diapers, wipes, clothes, pack and plays, strollers, so on and so forth. So I encourage everyone to come to the Girl Scout booth at the Farmers Market this Saturday, the 28th. Meet our Girl Scouts who are running this noble partnership program. And you can certainly learn more from them or on the Girl Scout website as to how you can get involved or donate. The website for moms is momshelpingmoms.org, and of course for the Chatham Girl Scouts, it's chathamgs.org. The second noteworthy project is the Milkweed Seed Balls project. Our 5th grade Girl Scouts will be bombing Green Village Pond Trail with their arsenal of milkweed seed bombs to help enhance the aesthetics of the township. A couple of interesting facts. Milkweeds are perennial plants, and they're rather unremarkable in their appearance. They're just sort of green, standard green plants. But it turns out what is really remarkable is that they're the only food source for monarch butterflies. These Instagram-worthy creatures right there. Milkweeds represent basically the habitat for monarch butterflies. They're the only food source. upon which the monarch caterpillars feed and metamorphose into, the stunning black and orange creatures that evidence in the photo there. An all too often narrative is that their habitat is shrinking due to ongoing development, pesticide use, and misunderstanding among homeowners and landscapes. It's often mistaken for what is a pesky weed, and often removed or eradicated by the use of pesticides or old-fashioned hand pulling. Our 5th grade Girl Scouts will be building these milkweed balls and scattering them throughout the trail, the Green Village Pond Trail, and they'll be helping to reinvigorate the monarch population and make walking these trails perhaps a little bit more of a spectacle. So if you happen to see one as you walk, just think of our Chatham Girl Scouts. They may have had a helping hand in helping to reinvigorate the population there. If you'd like to know more, it's www.saveourmonarchs.org. And again, Chatham Girl Scouts is chathamgs.org. So thank you for listening, and I appreciate your taking any steps that you're encouraged to with regard to either of these programs that the Girl Scouts are running. Thank you.
I love the props and everything.
Yeah.
Really well done.
I didn't know what one looked like, so.
Thank you. Committeewoman Ewald?
The Chatham Township Historical Society has started planning for our 250th celebration of our country's independence. So there will be a lot of events planned locally and within Morris County. There's a lot to celebrate here locally. So if you're interested in helping with planning, please reach out to the Historical Society. I did recommend that they reach out to Larry as well so that they can coordinate some planning for this celebration. The Environmental Commission has been very busy. They participated in the Sustainability Fair on Saturday, this past Saturday, that was hosted by the Borough's Environmental Commission. And despite the rain, they had a good turnout. The themes were Leave the Leaves, learning the value of trees through the iTree tools, and mosquito control without using toxic sprays. So if you want any more information, the Environmental Commission always has lots of good information, and they are also hosting, they will have some of the information available this weekend. They are hosting a fall cleanup in town this Saturday, the 28th, from 8:30 in the morning to 10 a.m. in 3 locations. You could pick one or visit them all to help out. The cleanup will be at Shunpike Field, meeting near the turf field bathrooms, Nash Field, meeting near the main entrance, the Green Village Pond Conservation Trail, and she did mention that the sports teams, Girl and Boy Scouts, are attending and are welcome if they aren't signed up to join. And they'll have some activities there as well, some of the things that they had at the Sustainability Fair, but also she talked about the milkweed bombs that they'll have available for people to create, the materials available. They're also working on updating our natural resources inventory, so if anybody's interested in joining and helping out, please reach out to the chair, Jess Romeo, or to Greg LeConte, our clerk. And I think that's everything I have for today.
Great. Committeeman Lois?
Thank you. Okay, so for utilities, we had 2 outages recently. One was Friday for about 1,000 residents were affected for a little under an hour. And then just yesterday for about 2 hours, there were 2,000 homes were affected, and a little over 2,000 actually. And that was due to animal contact. There was not a report back on Friday's outage, which was more brief. For Connie Pool, we're expecting an upcoming meeting that the chair is planning. And for recreation, we have new tennis courts that were just unveiled, and I was with the mayor, and I'm amazed to report to you that she, despite being almost due with her new girl, she returned more volleys for the new pickleball courts than I was able to. So that was very impressive to me. But the new courts are there, and we had some very happy residents there practicing with their children, and then we had the high school team there, so that was anyway, a big improvement, and if you haven't seen the new courts, you should check them out.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor Hamilton?
Yeah, my only report, other than to, on behalf of the Public Safety Committee, congratulate again Sergeant Blanford, is, other good news on improvements in town. I've talked previously about the phase 1 of the library project, which is progressing very nicely. A reminder to everybody that the back entrance remains closed, but there's a nice temporary handicap accessible ramp and everything on the front entrance on Main Street. But the project is progressing. I'm told it's on schedule to be completed by the end of November, which will be the new entranceway and vestibule area in the back of the library, and more importantly, the teen center. So I encourage everybody to visit that in in December.
Great. Also, I'm going to report from the Town and Country Garden Club. They did a township sign beautification project with the help of Rich Young and the DPW team. The area around the signs at Fairmont and River Road and Longwood and Fairmont were prepared for the plantings. And so, a little background on this club. The purpose of it was formed in 1952 to coordinate the interests of the members of the club in the fine art of gardening, aid in the protection and conservation of the environment, and encourage civic beauty and roadside beautification, principally in the Chathams, and cooperate in furthering the interests of horticulture and conservation. The current project is to beautify and welcome Chatham Township and Chatham Borough signs that are located in numerous spots throughout the township and borough. The sign at River and Fairmont has been planted with daffodil bulbs along with evergreens and perennials. The sign at Longwood and Fairmont has been planted with native perennials and grasses and shrubs. We aim to the club aims to continue this project next fall as we earmark a couple more signs, and the current committee consists of Terry McCutcheon, Mia Craig, Lori DeBias, and Sandy Salvas. They want to extend a thank you to the DPW for kindly tilling the soil and providing mulch and Belgian block in these areas, which added tremendous streamlining into the project. So I wanted to acknowledge that. And then we can move on to the first hearing of citizens. Let me find my... Okay. Currently, the committee meeting room is open to the public, and we look forward to having you join us. Additionally, this meeting is being made available for public participation remotely. If you're watching via Zoom, you may speak during the public comment session by following the Zoom instructions to raise your hand, whether in person or online. When you are recognized to speak, please say your name, spell your last name, and give your street. As a reminder, all public comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Rather than use any of your time answering questions, we will wait until you finish speaking before responding. Each member of the public will be limited to 1 comment during the public comment period. Written comments submitted to the Township Clerk before 3 p.m. today will be read during the public comment sessions. Written comments are subject to the same guidelines as oral comments, and duplicative written comments may be summarized rather than read in full, according to the guidelines issued by the New Jersey Division of Local Government Services. Greg, were there any written comments?
No, we did not have any written.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hi, Maureen Kelly, Mountain Avenue, Kelly. I'm here because of an outrage of a campaign flyer that arrived in my mail this past week. And it's a Republican campaign flyer for the mayor and the deputy mayor, which shows that it looks like they're implying that the police endorse them. And so I'm outraged that they would stoop to this. So I'm going to read you a letter that appeared in Patch because I think it expresses my feelings and I match it. And it's a letter that was written very well by John Merwin. John Merwin says, I was dismayed last week to receive a campaign mailing from Mayor Ashley Felice and Deputy Mark Hamilton, in which 11 Chatham Township police officers were featured in the Felice-Hamilton mailing. Felice and Hamilton are running for re-election to the Township Committee November 7th. Our police chief and 10 officers are seen posing in a large color photograph with Felice and Hamilton in a mailing focused on local public safety issues. The campaign postcard promotes 4 actions which Felice and Hamilton have been instrumental in taking to benefit our police department. While the mailing doesn't state that our police department is formally endorsing Felice Hamilton. Clearly, the intent of this photograph is to suggest that our police officers literally stand by them. My issue is not partisan. I would feel precisely the same if this mailing had been sent by Felice and Hamilton's political opponents. The idea of our local police being involved, even if unwittingly, in a local partisan political campaign mailing is a terrible precedent. This is the sort of thing that goes on in New Jersey cities that we wouldn't want to be associated with. Hopefully, our police chief and town administrator now see this as a General Miley moment and realize it was a big mistake, as did General Miley when he infamously regretted winding up in a photographed in a similar circumstance at a Trump political photo op in Washington, D.C. Our police chief and town administrator should assure us that this won't happen again. That's by John Merwin, and I couldn't agree with him more. And just so that you all see it, it's just egregious, and it came to I don't know how many people in Chatham Township, and it's horrible, and I was offended, as many other people are. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else want to speak? Any other public comments? I'll respond to that after we close the public comment section. Any hands raised? Okay, so I'll go ahead and close the public comment section. I mean, first of all, Mark and I think I can speak for you on this, will never ever apologize for being fully supportive of the police and all of our municipal employees and volunteers, such as our fire department. We are running for re-election, and as a part of our campaign, we want the residents to know what it is that we stand for. There is no better way to do that than to send out campaign literature that says that. One of the key components to our campaign is fully funding and supporting the police. There are public safety issues in New Jersey, specifically when our opposition party aligns themselves with a faction of activists that advocates for defunding the police or to release criminals over and over again without any consequences. This leads to crime all over New Jersey that Chatham Township is not immune to. We want it known by the residents we are staunchly against this, and the criminals are brazenly coming into our town, targeting our residents' possessions. They are so sure that there's no consequences to their actions that they break into our residents' homes while they're sleeping, looking for the keys to their cars that are parked in their driveway so that they can steal them. Our opponents are out blaming the victims of these crimes, suggesting it's their fault for leaving their keys in their cars, which is not even true. The criminals are literally breaking into homes looking for the keys. Fact is, we don't just say we support the police in our campaign literature, we actually do it as members of this committee and as private citizens. The picture that you're taking such issue with was taken at the annual PBA golf outing at Fairmont Country Club over the summer, which both Mark and I attended and donated to. The PBA even posted it to their Facebook page and used it as their own cover photo. I didn't see our opponents there, and I doubt they cut a check to the local PBA either. There were many pictures taken that day. Well, no. This was brought up. You're interrupting me.
This is not a campaign speech.
Totally agree.
Totally agree. Wildly inappropriate.
What Mrs. Kelly did
This is
was
wildly
You
inappropriate.
can answer it. You don't need to reference your opponents.
I absolutely can.
It's inappropriate to
no,
reference your opponents. She's not your opponent.
This
She's not your opponent.
doesn't matter.
She's not a opponent.
You're out of line. You're out of line.
I think you're out of order.
You're out. No, you are out of order.
You're
This is
campaigning from the
unbelievable.
dais.
This is unbelievable. You are out of order. I'm not. Then she shouldn't have brought it up. She wanted to bring it up and make an issue of this, then it's an issue. Then I'm going to address it. If she didn't want to bring it up, then she didn't need to bring it up. You missed the point. I got the point. And now you're out of order. Like, this is not the way our committee works. We have a functioning... Okay, well, I'm going to finish. Okay? Either way, there were many pictures taken that day, and one of them happened to be of us with a bunch of members of the Township Police Force. We had a great time, and we suggest you all go and join us next year. Now we're going to move on to the public hearing of ordinance 2023-10, late fees for limo and livery license renewals. Is there a motion to adopt?
So move.
Second.
we need to have the public hearing as well.
Okay.
on the ordinance.
Let's open the hearing with citizens.
And no hands raised, and no one's coming to like.
Okay, so go to close the public hearing of citizens and move on to a roll call.
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Mr. Lois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hamilton?
Yes.
Mayor Fleece?
Yes.
Motion passes.
The next ordinance is 2023-11, establishing local emergency management council. As to open up the hearing of citizens. Any hand raised?
No hands raised.
Okay, closing the hearing of citizens, and can I get a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Mr. Lois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hamilton?
Yes.
And Mayor Fleece?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Next is ordinance 2023-12, salt storage. Can I open up the hearing of citizens?
No hands raised.
And closing the hearing of citizens, and can I get a motion to adopt?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Roll call?
Mr. Troy?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Mr. Lois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hamilton?
Yes.
And Mayor Fleece?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Can I get a motion to adopt the consent agenda?
So moved. I moved to, we adopt the consent agenda as it is.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Mr. Troy?
Or roll call?
Yes.
Mrs. Ewald?
Yes.
Mr. Lois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hamilton?
Yes.
And Mayor Fleece?
Yes.
Motion passes.
And the final hearing of citizens this evening. Okay, I'm gonna close the hearing of citizens.
I'd like to make a comment on the hearing of citizens.
Yep.
When we bring national issues to our local microphone here, it's just a disservice to our residents and to this building and to the staff here. Bringing up a general or trying to invoke a past president and then talking about those things at the microphone, takes the jurisdiction of what we can do in this room and just explodes it into the national stage, and that is nothing but divisive. I do not think that that's appropriate to do, and I would hope that residents in the future could please come to our hearings of citizens. I've supported, having two hearings of citizens. I think that is very good that people participate, but it's not good to bring a national agenda to this room. You're going to do nothing but what was done, what we saw here, which was divisive, explosive, intended for popcorn amusement and not for anything productive. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you for the leeway there.
Thank you.
If I may, I'd like to speak as well. I think the opportunity for citizens to speak on whatever matters they deem fit is entirely their right, and I think we should afford a platform for them to do so. While you may find what is said or referenced as objectionable, I think we should always, every one of us here on this dais, hold ourselves to a professional and dispassionate standard as to how we conduct ourselves up here. I will say that I don't necessarily have an opinion on material, but what I will say is that I think none of us here should speak for others, and in the context of a political campaign should certainly not speak on behalf of your political opponents as to what they or did not do. I think when it comes to giving, that is a private matter, and should you elect to give, I think that's fully in your right. I don't think you should make any representations, whether true or not, as to whether or not someone else is giving to a political, to an organization. I think certainly with the intent of besmirching them in some capacity. So I do find that unacceptable.
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.